Hey, Tiana, how are you doing? All good?
Hi, Soumya. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I am doing absolutely good. So your success makes me even more happy, as we do for mentees day in and day out, yeah, in Eduhubspot. Tiana, can you go ahead and give a brief about yourself, how you went ahead and aced the journey, with above target scores in all three domains, went ahead and got the necessary goal with flying colors or so. So I'd like to know a brief about your background, and then possibly we can take forward to any other discussions. Yeah.
Well, as you all know, my name is Tiana. I live in Canada. I'm from Calgary, Alberta. I've been working with an oil and gas company for a long time now. And it's always been an aspiration of mine to actually do my PMP. And I've always gotten to doing it, and then something or the other came up. Well, this year I said, okay, I better do it. And I started going online and looking at various different, PMP boot camps and videos. And voila, I found Eduhubspot and all of Varun's videos. And I was kind of constantly watching them. And I thought, oh, wow, okay, this is amazing. There is somebody here who can actually explain it the way I want to hear it. And so I kind of dug in more, and I watched kind of a couple of his videos online. And then it took me about a week or so before I said, okay, you know what, let's join the boot camp or also the mentoring program. And I did. And it was actually a fantastic experience for me completely, because I got to meet Soumya, who I am talking to right now. And he's been, a great inspiration for me to actually do my PMP and pass out with all above targets in all three domains. So thank you, Soumya. This was great. PMP has been an amazing journey for me. And I think not without your help, it wouldn't have been possible. So I encourage everybody out there to, actually watch videos on Eduhubspot and also see what you can gain and how you can gain it. It's not an easy exam. It is hard. But you having a mentor, taking you through the, some of the guidelines, some of the subjects that you can't go through, like risk or communication. It's always nice to have somebody explain it to you one-on-one. And Soumya and Varun have done that in their videos, and Soumya personally with me on WhatsApp, on Zoom calls. So we've done a lot of that, so which is fantastic. And thank you.
Awesome. Really great. Thanks, Tiana, for an elaborate, introduction. But I presume, our mentees would be, very eager to know in a lot more details, how you went ahead and attained success. So why not, you just go ahead and tell me where you were, previous to, getting started with our PMP Bootcamp, and how you went ahead and, kickstarted your journey.
So it so happened that I already had the PMP book in my hand, and I did have the Agile guide. So I started off reading onto that book. And then, like I said, I've started on looking at videos and saying, okay, how else will this help me? Can I do this by myself? Just reading the book, or do I need help? And by looking at those videos, and especially watching Varun's videos, I kind of said, okay, let's just go register. I registered for it, and then I got Soumya send me a study plan on, what I could do. But before Soumya could send me a study plan, I had a number of questionnaires that was sent by Eduhubspot and Soumya saying, okay, what, were my weaknesses, where I need to improve. And so filling all of that kind of gave Soumya a better understanding of where I should stand and how I wanted, to progress along my study. And with the study plan Soumya gave me on a weekly basis, it kind of helped me in perspective of, where I stand, what I'm doing with the tests online. So, and then also having my one-on-one chats with Soumya, and watching the videos of Varun constantly and kind of trying to understand stuff kind of helped me through my entire processes, and not, with all the other mentees that you would probably have, Soumya. I think this would be really helpful for them to have one-on-one touch-based interactions with you. And I find Eduhubspot kind of very, welcoming anytime. I live in Canada. I live in a time zone which is mountain time. All of these guys are in India, some of them in the US. So the time difference is huge, but we've always made things available, always made things accommodating to kind of, actually make sure that I was happy and I have my answers. So we've done that before, even scheduling, like, knowing your flow So Samia made it easy. There are some easy ways to do it. So yes, I totally recommend you guys having a mentor, having Eduhubspot as your bootcamp, because you learn a lot. Even though you can do it with the book and open up the book, which we all have here, our nice PMP guidebook, which is kind of big and fat. I think by watching the videos, you may not even need to read the entire book.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Tiana. That was really elaborate and very clear to, all the mentees, how you went ahead and got started with the journey. I very well remember, I would say vividly remember when you first came to Eduhubspot, you were a bit or a touch nervous, and, that was the initial moment where, I went ahead and, got with you, got in touch with you, and then got to evaluate, what are the traits and what are the strengths and the weaknesses.
Yes.
Because that's where Eduhubspot comes out with our, kind of mentorship. So our mentorship is not the same for each and every one of us, of the mentees.
I'm sure it's tailored to each of your mentees, for sure. Yeah. Because I know when I was nervous and I said, I couldn't concentrate on time, and right. Samia sent me an email, a message saying, try and meditate, do some yoga, do some meditation. And yes, you do it, but then, you have to have a mindset to actually sit down there and to sit down for 45 minutes. And I tried that, and, eventually it was hard, but as I progressed along my last couple of months, it's kind of helped. And I will say to everybody, all the aspirants out there, yes, yoga and meditation does help to kind of concentrate for 4 hours.
Especially, given the fact that, PMP is a 3 to 4 hour exam. Yes. Sitting there, having the focus, going from each question one after the other with consistent basis of accuracy is something which requires both your physical and mental stamina. So, awesome that you have gone ahead and, mastered till some extent, the yoga and the meditation part to control your mind and get done with, the exam consistently. And that also, I presume, has also helped you in your professional background as well. So that is what is also one of the goals of Eduhubspot. The impacts of PMP doesn't stay only till getting the certification done, but it's also going ahead and helping you in your, professional as well as personal lives, which is ideally, the same thing which we go ahead and want day in and day out.
And PMP is definitely a great designation to have. You want to see yourself move up in your career, and PMP is great to do. Yeah. And also using a good boot camp, which is Eduhubspot and Varun and Samia there to help and guide you in the videos and your one-on-one chats. It's a fantastic program.
Right, absolutely, Tiana. So, Tiana, I would like your expert advice or tips for all the mentees on how to get started with PMP preparation. Any kind of, guides or tips, and also very importantly, even before they go out and hit the PMP exam, what are the things that they should go out and keep in mind? If you can brief, please.
I would really tell all the aspirants out there on your PMP, you really need to focus on actually putting 4 hours or 5 hours every day. If you can, study every single day. This way, if you want to do your exam within a 3-month timeline, or say you want to do it within 6 months, then you can actually break that up. But I found that working every day, doing stuff, and I'm a full-time person who works and have 2 kids as well, so life can be really busy, but actually focus yourself, study whenever you can, because only keeping your mind afresh of everything helps you through the entire process. All the chapters, I kind of timelined everything for a week every time I did a chapter on, on my PMP, even doing the exams, even watching the videos of Varun, actually studying every day, making sure you go out for walks, taking deep breaths, yoga, meditation, say it kind of helps you. It kind of helps your mind. It helps your body to sit down and concentrate. I know not many people can sit down for 3.5 hours or 3 hours and 40 minutes to write the exam, but it can be really tiresome, seriously, especially on your brain. So try meditating, just like Soumya told me to, and do what you can do. Watch your Eduhubspot videos. If you're part of the program, part of the bootcamp constantly, Agile is a big piece on this exam. And you know what? I watched it 4 times, frankly, before I actually went and gave in the exam, just so that you know it. I work on a predictive waterfall kind of side of things, so Agile was fairly new to me. So it kind of really helped also, just concentrating, focus, enjoy your time. I know it's summer out there for everybody, and you just do what you do and you do it best, right?
Absolutely, that was very, very, enlightening, and I presume very helpful, for each of the mentees who would be listening to you, Tiana, and they would be kickstarting, their PMP prep. If someone is in the middle of the PMP prep, they will also definitely go ahead and get the equal amount of help from whatever words that you shared with us.
Exactly.
So even before concluding our discussion, would you like to share some some of your final thoughts whatsoever for your mentees? So anything, whatever comes to your mind.
So I would say is don't be afraid. I know it's a long, big exam. It's many hours to sit down and actually do it. But if you're well prepared, don't say you can't do it. You can do it, because I thought at one point I was not ready for the exam, and my family said, "Come on, you got to do this. Don't go and delay it." And I said, "Okay, fine. You know what? Whatever it is, I'll go." Remember, we are never always prepared because we're always nervous in answering any sort of exams in our life. But you just have to go sit down there, take a couple of deep breaths, write it up, and you come out with flying colors. And above target was an absolute surprise and an absolute amazing result that I got. It's not only because I did it myself. I had Eduhubspot, I have the PMP guide, I have the PMI all helping out, and Varun and Samia with their videos and the one-on-one chat. So thank you very, very much, guys.
Thank you very, very much to you too, Tiana. It was really an enlightening discussion for every one of us. And, I'm just hoping that, whosoever watches this video gets a very basic insight of how to go ahead with the scheme of things. And anyone who wants to get done with PMP with above target scores, please come to Eduhubspot. We are always there. Our doors are always open. We will be definitely helping you the best way possible. Very nice of you, Tiana, to have taken out your time for us. And, thanks again. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Samia. Thank you, Varun, for everything. And thank you, Eduhubspot and the PMP. It's a great designation. So do it, everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.